Good morning, guys. Good morning, executives. How's everybody doing today? Everybody's doing good? Awesome, awesome. You know what? I have an awesome guest today. What happens, this is October, and what happens during the end of the year, agents tend to go to sleep. They tend not to work. They tend to party their way through the end of the year, and then they want to wake up in February and wonder where's the commission. Well, that doesn't work that way, okay? And I have one of the best in the business today that's going to show us how to work through the holidays. He's going to talk about business planning and a whole slew of great things. So without further ado, I want you to put your hands together for Mr. Martin Gonzalez.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
All right, so we're starting the special time of the year, holidays. We were planning a little earlier, and I already have I have to plan for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and October's still pretty good, but come November, December, for as far as production and real estate, it comes down a lot. Now, for many years, this is the time that I personally like to work, and it's kind of my time to wake up, because right now, you pretty much know what your year is going to be. So, because whatever you put in escrow this month, that's probably as far as it's going to take you for the end of the year. So whatever business you do this month is the end of the year for us. Because any escrow takes 60 to 90 days to close, 45, depends on the deal. So that's why it's so critical. So a lot of the times, the reason that I'm saying it's special to me is because this is the time that I ensure to have a good year next year. Because whatever I do the following 3 months is going to tell me how good of a year I'm going to have next year. That's how critical that is. The majority of people in our industry, unfortunately, this is kind of like a time that we go dormant, and that's why the January, everybody's struggling, going, and we're not going to close probably nothing till March, February, sometimes April, and it's very frustrating. So, one thing that another reason that I like for me to get on the business is you have less competition. The majority of the people in our industry, they're out partying, planning for events, taking vacations, and it's just the way it works. People say, oh no, it's December, nobody works. But one thing that I noticed in this month, the people that are out there looking for property, they're people that are serious.
Right.
So, if somebody's looking in December, it's because they need to get it done. And so that's another point. So one thing that I'm going to do today, I'm very pleased to introduce the 2018 business plan. We developed this business plan for all of our executives with the help with David Plummer. I know that Virginia and Michael went to their seminar. What is it, like 2 weeks ago?
Last week.
Last week, okay. So this is probably the most complete business plan that I have seen for real estate professionals, because it pretty much covers from A to Z. So for our executives, this is going to be our guiding everything for the next year. Now the beautiful thing about this is that, guess what? This one doesn't start next year. It starts right now. And that's why, as part of this business plan, we got October goals, we got the fourth quarter that we still got to go, and we got the 6 months from today, which is for March. Now, if you do this if you work on this simple plan, it will ensure you to have a good year next year. Because you're gonna be happy. So, for this, one thing that I wanna do today, I wanna do this business plan together. And the reason I wanna do it together, because I don't wanna just give it to you, and you're just gonna take it home, and the kids, work, the escrow that is falling, and you never get it done. So, what we're gonna do this time, who was here for the dream board? Okay. So this is gonna be an event that we're gonna do similar to what we did with the dream board. We're gonna do it after hours. It's probably gonna be somewhere around 6 o'clock p.m. We're gonna bring a little bit of wine, make a good environment for people to ride it. And we're gonna have Mr. Plummer come in and help us, because he's the one that designed this plan. Because at that point, I want everybody to do it. We're gonna give them to you today, so you could go through it, read it. And one thing that I suggest that I'm gonna do personally, I'm gonna fill it out with a pencil in case I need to change anything. So for the people that are truly committed, by the time we meet, you're just gonna be doing tweaks, depends on what you wanna do, and based on the feedback for Mr. Plummer. First of all, I wanna set the date. Is 6 o'clock a time? Because this one, honestly guys, the reason I want to do it after hours is I want to make sure everybody attends. Because everything, all the coaching that we're going to do during the year, everything that is going to go, every time we meet with you guys, guess what? You got to bring your business plan, and we're going to review it, and we're going to see where is it that you guys are getting stuck. Where is the part that you guys really need the help? So, Michael, do you have any tentative dates for? I would like to do it before November, before Thanksgiving. And and the reason being is because, if we do it on December, then December, January, we're gonna be just like everybody else. So I would like to do it the first week of November or the last week of October, just because that's how critical this is, guys.
I like the last week of October myself.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so Michael, do you have anything?
I have the 26th of October, which is a Thursday. 26th of October, which is a Thursday. Can everybody look in their calendar to see if there's any conflicts? Because I'm pretty sure our team's going to want everyone here.
Yes.
And I also have to confirm with Mr. Plummer as well, but.
Yeah, we just want to set it up tentatively, but.
What day is the seminar in Arizona? No, is that weekend?
It's
Yeah,
gonna be
it's 25th.
before that. We're gonna be right before that. So
20?
this would be a good time, and if we will go to Arizona and coming back, we come into this. I think that's why Mike was picking up the date.
Right.
So it's gonna be like 2-3 days after the seminar, correct,
That's
Michael?
right, we'll be back on the 24th from the Arizona conference. So that'll give us, that'll be great because we'll bring back all the information from Arizona. We'll be fired up, and I think the 26th Thursday evening will be great. Any conflicts?
Okay,
If there's any conflicts,
please let us know, but Michael will follow up with an email.
right.
So without further ado, I would like to pass out this precious business plan materials, because we're gonna go over that real briefly, so you guys can start working on it. Just pass it.
Allocate what, maybe 2 or 3 hours? 2
For
hours?
this meeting, yeah, for this meeting, we're gonna allocate, what is it? 6 to 9, 3 hours.
I have mine in my office.
One more.
By tomorrow, right?
Oh, it's yours?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And one more for,
I got it. I got it.
this other. All right. So I'm gonna go over it very briefly, because I want you guys to start working on it, okay? So, after this, we have the table of contents. And the first one is the introduction and the 5-year plan, 10 and 15-year plan. Guys, you guys are in an industry that you could retire as a millionaire if you plan accordingly. That's why a lot of our agents in our industry, they don't even have a 5-year plan. So they just go day to day. So 10 years come by, they look back and, oh my God, what was behind? Nothing. They didn't plan for it. So that's why it's so critical to our culture of this company that now everybody, every agent that is on board with us have to do this. I don't want to waste anybody's time, and I don't want to do a disservice to any people in our industry. That's why, starting this year, this is going to be mandatory each year. So, pretty much this is when we're going to write our 5-year plan. We're going to start with your age, when do you plan on retiring, if you have a retirement plan, and are you prepared to retire today if forced to? So this is how we're going to start with. Just to give you some statistics, Social Security income for 2012 was an average of $1,300 a month. $1,300 a month, it barely gets you in a 1-bedroom apartment right now, plus cost of living expenses, health, food, clothing, car. So we need to work on this. And guess what? We're in an industry that there's no ceiling. But remember, there's also no bottom. so that's why we have to be careful with that. So we're going to be working on the 5-year plan. We're going to be working on a 10-year plan, which, you know, we're going to do a 2018, a 2043. One of the things that we're going to do at this particular meeting that we're going to do, we're going to write a letter, and we're going to date it to 2028, 2023, so you could get the vision of whatever your goals are. So, and that's why it's going to be important for everybody to be here, so we could go through that exercise. Financial plan for 2018. Pretty much go over your network, see where you are, what are your assets, your liabilities for the people that don't have a current network or they don't know where they are. This is going to be so critical for you guys to be here and work on the other thing that is going to be very critical is your health plan. Current weight, if you want to lose some weight, you know, are you eating properly? Are you eating at the times that you're supposed to be eating? Right now, Alex is at the hospital. He's, I forgot, the appendix broke. So there's things that you need to keep, you know, it doesn't matter. You could plan for a lot of money, but if you don't have the health or the life to go through it, so that's why this is so critical. And that's why I like this plan, because it's part of the plan that we're going to go, and it covers everything. We're going to go over the 5 elements of a highly professional real estate agent, which is you, which you are the CEO, you are the rainmaker for the people that are in Buffini. As you know, we treat our business like a real business. We're not the average real estate agent that just show up to work and want to sell one house or two. No, we own a business. You guys, each of you own a business, and you need to treat it as such. That's why you have to go on your budget. You have to have a budget. You need to know your profit. You need to know your expenses, and you need to plan accordingly. So it's going to be you, the business plan, the database, which all of you guys, we are huge on database. You know, all of our agents should have a database because that's the future of your business. Your work ethic, you show up, you come into the trainings, are you constantly growing? And your team is important. Your team, you know, your lender, you see on board with you, your title officer, we have a question. If you have an assistant, your transaction coordinator, you cannot do this alone. I'll tell you right now, your success is going to depend a lot with your team. The other thing we're going to go over is your purpose and your vision statement. I want to find out what's really behind when you say, oh, I want to sell 5 homes. I want to sell 10 homes. Okay? That has no meaning if you don't have a strong why. What I mean by that is, for example, I want to sell 50 homes. Why? I mean, 50 homes is just a number. No, but you got to find your strong why. Well, I have kids and I want to put them to college. You know, that's the reason behind it that you want to do your goals. And that's where we want to get to. We're going to go, and this one, we have it on Buffini. We're going to have a review for 2017, because in order to be in 2018, you need to know where you were in 2017. See, the majority of the times, when I talk to an agent, I say, oh, I want to do 50 transactions. Okay, great, let's do it. How many you do last year? I did 4. Now, I don't mean to burst their bubble, but that's very highly unlikely to happen. Okay, guys? Real estate is, you could do it, but the best way to do it is to do it gradually. Usually, a good percentage of increase is between 25 to 35%, you're doing great. Even if you go 20 to 25% every year, tweak a little bit, tweak a little bit, you know, that I believe somebody that has a work ethic, and it could be very highly achievable. So we're going to show you to be realistic and also to do a plan that is going to work. Because the last thing that I want is for you guys to shoot something that is completely unrealistic, and then you get all disappointed. Now, I'm not saying that it's not possible. All I'm saying is that you need to know where you are, and you need to be willing to change, do different things. And the more different things that you do, of course, the more difference you're going to have in the business. So that's why it's so critical that we're going to go over the 2017 review, and then we're going to go over 2018 Power Goal, which this one we have it automated with the Buffini system. But like I said, that's why I love this this business plan, because it incorporates everything. Another thing is, another sheet that I want you to keep in mind is your team members. Who are your team members? You all that are in real estate have a team. Right now, real estate is really big on teams. So, think this, think that, think that. Everybody has a team in reality. So that's why you start to treat it like such, you know. Once you see the team that you have, you do your numbers, you do your budgeting. Well, I have a business, and you have to treat it as such. So you guys think Sony, Microsoft, you know, next year they say, you know what? Let's just see what's gonna happen next year. Let's strap this baby on and let's go. No, you know, they have a lot of planning, and you know, one thing that I have learned over the years, you know, for being a top producer, it's very hard to move into a business owner. And at the beginning, I used to not like it because Mike was always so official. He wants everything. Oh, you know, we're gonna do this change. Oh, okay. Let's see what we need to do. We need to get a business plan. Let's have a meeting, and a meeting after the meeting. And I'm like, let's just do it. You know, let's try it for like, we need to plan. Let's just go.
Lunch meeting.
So it works too, but you know, everybody, you know, if you're not good in one area, and this is something that I'm learning, and I have a challenge in one area. Okay, if you don't jump into that area and experience it, that means I'm not growing. You know, I'm just stuck to my old ways. So this life is about growing. And trust me, growing never stops. It's just like our real estate industry. If we don't change, we're wiped out. Every year, you know, the way the market is different, the way the technology is different. I mean, you know, I've seen agents, I've been in this business for 22 years. I've seen agents that were at the top of the market and for not paying attention, not wanting to change their new ways, not wanting to grow, not wanting to learn what's coming ahead, right, the curve. They're wiped out completely. You know, from doing 80, 70 transactions, we go down to 3 to 4. And all of a sudden, oh, what happened? Well, you know, you're not with the trend. So that's how crazy our real estate market is, guys. So, we're going to go through our checklist, make sure we have a business plan in place, the database, budget, everything that we need to. We're going to go over strategies, okay? I want to do 20 transactions. Where am I going to get them from? Do I have a big enough database? Do I have to go door knocking? What is our ratio of lead to a sale? So we're going to cover all that. What demographics you want to go after. You guys going to have an actual plan that you're going to execute every day. And the daily action plan, time blocking. So that's why I'm saying this is a complete business plan that, you know, you're going to base it on. For example, we've been doing our dream boards, which are great. The dream board only shows you the big picture. Okay, this is what we want. What we're doing this time, we're going to give you a step-by-step how to achieve whatever you put in that dream board. So, do you guys have any question about what we're going to do? Have any, also want to know, you guys have any recommendations, anything that you, besides what we're going to do? Because this event is ours. It's not just mine, it's not just Michael, it's not just the management. You know, it's about us. Because I want to give you what you need for the next year. Because guess what? Next year is a very interesting year. Let me put it that way. I don't know, you've been hearing, oh, is the market going to change? It's going to drop? It's going to this and that? And truly and honestly, nobody knows. You know, and if there's an adjustment, we don't know how big of an adjustment. But the only thing that you guys are gonna have as bulletproof of what's gonna happen next year is this. So let's say we get a correction. So what? We're working with our database. We have a plan. We'll be able to snap at an instant and make a few modifications to our plan and move forward. So that's why it's so critical. And I don't know, it could be a year, it could be 2 years, but always plan for the storm because, as you guys heard or you guys been in it, it happens. And when it happens, it's not pretty. It wipes a lot of people out. And this office, I'm proud to say, it was not easy, but we survived the last one. The last one was the hardest one. And I think at one point it was only a few of us here, right, Daryl?
Yeah.
Like 3 or 4, but we had, I had a plan, I had a work ethic, and I said, I'm not gonna go down. Companies much larger than mine went under. Companies with 100 agents, banks, went belly up. I'm not saying it was easy, but there was a plan in place. And I was able to change the strategies. Okay, we're not selling regular homes. Okay, let's go after the short sales. Okay, let's go after the bank homes. And, that's how it works, guys. So, the thing that I want you to work is start working immediately. Obviously, the whole plan. But we don't. What I want you to. This is toward the back page of the plan. There's 2 sheets of paper. I want to make sure everybody gets this. How are we doing on time, Michael? We good? Okay. Okay, see, is the October 2017 goals and the 4th quarter goals and the 6-month goal. Regina, you already have one, right?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay. Have you started doing some work on it? Like some
Very
very minimal? Okay.
yes.
So, it does look overwhelming because this is actually a project, guys. And that's the whole reason that I don't want you to do it alone. Okay? So, since everybody has these 2 pages, they're going to be in your plan. So, we're going to start with this. As soon as this meeting is over, I want you to go over your 2017 October goals this month. We're on the 4th. So this is the perfect time to do our goals. And I want you to put your goals from here to December, from the 4th quarter. And we want to figure out your 6 months goals. This is the very first that we got to do. Now, right now I don't have time to go over ratios, over what are you going to work on. For example, if somebody says, okay, I want to do 2 sales, okay, where are you going to get your 2 sales from, okay? Well, I have a database of 50 people, okay, so that was going to be a little tough. There's not many people. You could get several reports for this month. So then, from there we're going to jump into, okay, we have to go either cold calling, door knocking, following expires, whatever that is. Every single activity has a ratio. For the people that are on Buffini, Michael, how many referrals to a lead and to a close?
I'm at 23 contact to 1 referral and 4 referrals to 1 close.
Okay, so he knows. See? That's the beautiful about having our database. Our database, once you open it, boom, it shows up, for example, for me, it's 3 referrals to a close. 3 to 4 referrals, that was gonna be, that was being within the last 12 months. So the people that we're handling a database, we know exactly our ratios. So if you wanna go that route, we know what we need to do with activities, with phone calls, personal notes, and we know what's gonna come in. So that's why, to me, it's been always so critical for all of us to set up our database. So that, you guys could talk to us offline, and we'll be able to coach you through whatever the plans you want to do, okay? The other sheet that is very important besides this, that I would want you to work on it right away, is the schedule for success. This is probably gonna be your best friend forever, because, see, you could build a castle, but you could only do it one brick at a time. So, you know, you could have the heftiest goal that you could come up with, but if you don't have your daily block time and implementation, it's never gonna happen, guys. I have to be honest with you guys. Dreaming alone is not gonna make it happen. You will have to actually do the implementation and the daily activities. And the daily activities, they're not hard if you think about it. Most of the top producers, if they come in and they work 2 hours on lead generation activities, everything else comes from there. So just how that simple that is. It's just give 2 hours of lead generation, whatever that is. I don't really care which route you go, but if you tackle that, everything else is going to come from there, because the leads are going to come. So, and therefore, we need to work on your lead follow-up. You know, after that, we have to work on your closing skills. But if you don't have the 2 years lead generation or whatever you're planning to do, you know, so that's why it's so important. So we have, you know, a lot of us have 8, 10 hours, depending on how many you work. Let's say you want to work 6 hours. Okay, you only need 2. It's just as simple as that. But you need to put it in writing. And I suggest you guys do it first thing in the morning routine, because as you guys know, we come in and, hey, oh my God, the appraisal, oh my God, my seller's freaking out, oh my God, the buyer, the lender, and he throws you off. So if you do the routine in the morning, the 2 hours, I guarantee you get it for success. Now, one thing that we have to implement this, we have the support, guys. We have the support and the training. For example, I'm not big on social media, but Lionel is. And Lionel's here every Tuesday. This Tuesday he came in at 10. He's going to be on vacations for a week or 2, so we need to figure that out. But he's here every Tuesday going over social media, what's hot on the hashtags and Facebook and all that stuff. I don't really know much about that. But, you know, there's a lot of agents here doing their living off of that. One is Efrain. All of his leads are off of conversion, social media, Facebook. That's where he's doing his business. He's got escrows open, and he's got working with clients like that. The other good thing this is Tuesday. Wednesday we have our trainings. Remember that Wednesday we have our trainings at 11. Stuff like this, just stuff that comes up, and we need to, where we going, where the industry's going. Next week, I want all of you guys to be here. I'm going to introduce a good friend of mine, a lender that I know for 21 years, Ricardo Uribe. He's got a really good program that I want to share with you guys. See, right here, we're about sharing, you know, there's a lot of money out there to be made. You know, one thing that I gotta tell you about this office and the culture is we want everybody to be successful. We don't want to keep any secrets. You know, you go to some office, oh, you cannot talk to him. He's the top producer. He's gonna, oh no, it's off limits. No, Right now, I have a program with him for flips. If you don't have any money to come in, you could use your house. If you own a house, you could use it as collateral, and he'll give you 100% financing to buy a fixer-upper cash. So for whoever wants to come in, I want to share it with you. Because I want you all to do a flip before this market changes. Because it will. Just be smart about it. You know, if you have any questions, run it by me, by Daryl. Daryl has done, gosh, I think over hundreds flips.
Somewhere around 100.
Somewhere around flips. So he knows. And we've done it in good markets, bad markets, so-so markets, any type of markets. So next Wednesday is to be a good one, because a lot of the times us agents, oh man, I can't do the deal, I don't have the money, so give it to an investor. And you guys being in the front lines can buy a flip, it's sad. So that's, and sometimes you do really good, sometimes you do not so good, but man, when you get some good ones, it really helps you on your bottom line, right, Daryl?
Yeah.
So I strongly recommend for you to come to the next one. And we have our Buffini Panera, 9 a.m. For the people that are using the Buffini database, we meet at Panera. We go over our goals, what are the challenges, and then we added something on top of that. After that, we come to the office for the people that weren't able to do a specific project or have a specific question on that, to have hands-on work, we come here and do it. So, guys, there's no freaking excuse to not kill it to here to the end of the year and next year. All you have to do is just follow the simple steps. I'm not saying it's gonna be easy, it's simple, but you gotta have a good mindset and implement. But that's why, for the ones that are here, management took a really hard decision the past couple of weeks, that we decided to let go to the people that are not producing. Now, and we already sent them out, so you guys are here, you guys are good. so don't worry about it. But guys, sometimes not producing is not the problem. The problem that we were having is not showing up. Okay, if you're not even putting the effort, I felt like we as the management team, we were doing a disservice to you guys. Why? Because we're letting you do whatever the heck you want, and therefore your family's suffering, you're not paying your bills, you're having issues. So what are we doing that for? So company policy now is you either produce or you show up. Because, I want you all guys to be truly successful. And, but if we as the management team, we don't give you our heart, we don't give you everything that we know, then I'll be okay with this. He's not doing anything, well, I'm not even helping him, so what can I do? But you guys got the help, we got the support, you have brokers. Michael, how many years you been in the business?
About 28.
28 years. I've been 22. Leonel's about 20-something. We've been through markets. Michael has handled big accounts with HUD. We've done that. So we know a lot of the stuff. So there's no way why everybody shouldn't do whatever the heck they want next year as far as production. So I think that's all I have for you guys today. Like I said, if you guys want to reach us offline, let us know and we'll help you. We can start helping you with this until we meet on October 26th.
6 p.m., is that right?
6 to 9. There you go.
All right, guys. before you go, Martine, we're gonna ask you a few quick, some rapid fire questions.
Oh, goodness.
This hasn't been rehearsed, so hopefully you do good. But before we go, Mr. Hall.
Well, thank you first of all for bringing this awesome program. My question is, well, not a question, but my suggestion is let's buddy up as agents and do a month, a fully month, whatever it is, 1 call a week, 2 calls, 3 calls. But I think for me, it's gonna help me stay on top of this plan, so it doesn't go under the pile of papers that I have right next to my desk.
Hold on, that's a great, thank you for the suggestion. I think it's a great idea. And I think before this meeting is over, you all should find one person to do your accountability partner, buddy, call, whatever you want to call it. But, you know, and then from there you set up the goals. Okay, at least, like for Holon, I said, okay, I want to work on this plan. I want to give it 1 hour this week. So for the next week, you guys be able to contact each other. You do your hour. Why not? You know, so have some other accountability on top of the management. Great idea, Holon. So as soon as we're done, find your buddy.
Okay, here we go. This is gonna be rapid fire. And the first question is, why do agents slow down during the holidays, or why do you think they slow down during the holidays? And how do you actually work during the holidays?
Okay. Well, the why, I mean, the only thing I could think of is just industry norms. You know, there's, it's okay, everybody's partying, so kind of following the crowd, you know, following the mass. I mean, that's the only thing I could think of.
So how do you actually work during the holidays?
You know, the holidays, to me, they're the best because I have less distractions.
Yes.
There's a lot less distractions. For example, you guys start noticing the closer we get to the holidays, less people will show up at the office, less people will be out actually working. So if you have a project, for example, you want to work on your business plan, you have a good time, there will be less interruptions. If you want to work on a project, you know, okay, I'm going to call 20 people, you're going to be able to do it a lot easier. It's like working after hours. I mean, I enjoy doing that actually, because if you have a project, you know, I don't have the phone for escrows, lenders calling me, you know, the 9 to 5 is a little bit more busier.
Great. What actual activities do you do during the holidays?
I actually just, believe it or not, I don't increase it, I don't decrease it. I just work it like as it was a regular day. And that makes the whole difference in the world. You know, I work it like if it was the beginning of January. So it's not that I do more, but I just follow the plan.
Okay. Do you focus more on sellers or buyers? And do you find that there's more inventory available during the holidays?
I focus more on sellers because it's always been my strength. And there is more inventory, I believe, because there's less buyers that are serious. So, you know, for my clients, for example, you know, they miss the summer. So, you know what? Great. You're going to be able to buy in December where you're not going to have that much competition. So less competition in every sense of the world. That's how I see it.
Great. Do you take off any time during the holidays?
I mean, of course, the Thanksgiving, the Christmas, but that's it. I mean, other than that, I work it like a regular schedule, and I like it because for the same reason. So when I take my vacations, I usually take them in January or September, August, September, and January. December I don't take it off. It's a time that I enjoy working and I get a lot of peace from working, and that's my beginning of the year, so I don't mess with that.
Great. Last question. How do you know if you are in trouble looking into the new year? Which means if you look into the new year and you don't see you have a lot of escrows, what do you do?
Man, go to work. It's like emergency. That's an emergency call right there. Because
Okay.
if you don't have escrows in November, December, you're gonna have a crappy January, February, guys. Because guess what, on January, everybody goes back to work, so you get all the competition and all the hustle and bustle. And the problem with that is you start getting desperate. And desperation never helps the concentration. So you concentrate on the wrong items, which is paying your bills, and that's tough, guys.
I like that. Desperation never helps your concentration. From Martin himself.
And
Hey, that was awesome. Give Martin a hand. Martin, I think you have another announcement for the people.
Okay, okay. So what do we have here, Michael? All right. Okay, our agent of the month. We're running a little behind on the agent of the month, guys. But this is a very special person that I enjoy working with, that I'm very proud of. To see her from her beginnings, the way her business is structured. Production is not there where we want it to be, but it just be a matter of time. That's how it works. You know, when I started, the first year was tough, the second year was a little bit tougher, but my real breaking point, it wasn't until the third year, because you build up your foundation. That's the hardest part. So, the agent of the month goes to Virginia Casano. So we're going to be giving out from now on this beautiful Realty Executives carpets. And he has a charger built in the back.
Oh, cool.
So you could charge your phone through here. It's got a beautiful pen, and even has where you could put your tablet in here and work through there. So it's a beautiful gift that we wanted to give you. All right? So what is this? Can you give the announcement?
Okay, guys, we want to give back to our community. So on October 7th, we're going to have Realtor Night. And what this is that we're actually going to show up at a woman's shelter. And we're going to help serve them. We're going to help provide them the help that they need, okay? It's only going to be for a few hours, but our company feels that it's just more than just selling real estate. And we want to be more involved with the community. So we're going to be doing different things for the community. I know in Christmas, we're going to adopt a family. And we just want to start doing more. We want to start giving back because we're very blessed here. We're blessed to be able to work. We have great families. We have a great family here. So it's going to be Saturday, October 7th at the West Long Beach Women's Shelter. And it's going to be from 4 to 8 p.m., okay? And if you do go, we'd like you to wear your Realty Executive shirts. I'm going to attend. I think Martine's going to attend. And we're going to help serve the less fortunate. So if you would like to participate, please contact Maricela, and it would just be an awesome thing for you to give back. Okay? All right. We don't have anything else. That was a great meeting, Martine. And hey guys, have a great week.
Thank you.
Thank you.